Yes, welcome to the show. And today I want to talk about some simple math. 0 plus 0 equals 0. Is that not correct? Let me show you another way of looking at that equation. If you're getting 0 results in your life, then that means you're not putting any effort into going from point A to point B, or not enough effort into going from point A to point B. 1 plus 1 equals 2. If you make one step towards finding a woman, then you will get the results of two people together. All it takes is starting to make one step. Then you make another step, then another step, and another step. Those steps could be either physically getting up and walking over, or making changes in yourself so that you become more attractive. Now, when was the last time you saw a pretty girl and did 0? I mean nada. I mean jack shit. What did you get? Exactly. 0, nada, and some jack off time. But if you had made just one effort to meeting her, you might have ended up at 2, which is two people together. You guys dig that? I remember when I was young, going and asking a girl to dance was the hardest thing in my life at that time to do. I would debate over it, and I'd debate over and over again. I'd try to build up my courage, and finally, just before the end of the night, I would take that first step in her direction. And all it took was that first step. Then it became 2 steps and on until I reached point A, which was asking her to dance. I also went through the same fear and first step process when I got into freestyle dancing, because I was really shy. Where here's what I do. Freestyle is where you would get out there and show your shit, and you would dance alone like at house music clubs. And it took me quite some time just to build up enough courage to make that first step, just to stand on the fucking floor and start moving around. And I was a damn good dancer then. I could watch someone do a move and almost emulate it, because I've been studying dance for a long period of time, so movement was natural for me. This is back when folks were just starting to dance by themselves also, beginning of house music in its early days. But for me, it's only because, and people would do house stuff because they were too chicken to ask others to dance. And that's what I realized later on, much later on. I realized that people preferred house because they can go out there and skip around by themselves or with other dudes. Nah, you don't want that. But once you set your foot in the direction towards point A or B, momentum carries you forward. Once you get used to walking in that direction, the path actually gets easier, my friends. There is no magic secrets to boost your first step. There are no magic techniques to use to get you to walk over and say hello to that girl. This is a path that you gotta walk alone. You gotta just man up and do it. But I guarantee you, once you get used to it, all of the obstacles disappear. It no longer seems like such a steep climb up a hill once you get your ball in motion. In looking back over my own progress, it's funny how high some of those steep mountains looked at the time too. Just getting out there and walking the dance floor, or going over to ask a girl to dance. And now it looks like it's all downhill from where I'm standing. But let me say that there are no magic fairies to create for you a woman in your life, so don't get your hopes up wishing for one. And a wise man once said, "Seek and ye shall find." He helps those who help themselves, he also said. And I found those words to be true in my own life. He helps those who help themselves. Have you helped yourself today? Have you taken yourself to the gym to make yourself better? Have you started a diet program to make yourself look better? Have you started dressing better? Have you tried to help yourself at all? Are you seeking? Are you seeking? Is another one. Too many people get stuck on the internet, just surfing all day and not seeking. Seeking their fortune, seeking their lives, seeking women for their lives. Let me say that I also found to be true that the following quote, those that have shall be given more. Those that have not, even that shall be taken from them. What that's saying there is if you have women, then it's easy to get them again. You ever notice the guys that got a lot of women? They always get a lot of women around them. That's what I found to be true in my life. If you don't, getting back into the flow is hard to do, as one of my buddies found out a long time ago. He had 2 girls. He dropped both of them, and boom, he could not get another girl. Whereas at that time, I believe I was juggling about 8 of them, either 8 or 13. That might have been at the height. The most I've ever juggled was 13. And don't ask how I scheduled. I had mad scheduling problems. Some I would see, once every 2 weeks or something like that. Let me say that if you apply this to just spitting some game, that means going out there conversating with girls. If you spit game, then you shall be allowed more opportunities to spit more game. It's basic law of the universe. If you don't spit game, even that game that you have shall be taken from you. Which means the opportunities that you have to meet and talk to girls, it will get even less and less. So start conversating with women all around you, so that your opportunities will increase. As they say, apply the good book. It does work, fellas. Now I'm probably going to burn in hell for bastardizing the Bible. Until next time, fellas.